175.
175.
So what happens if I boil 173? You know, listen, I work as a foot doctor and then I will also work as a chiropractor. So those two jobs that I actually have are quite stressful. It can be very stressful sometimes.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding, but it can be very stressful. So, you know, I stress eat a lot too. And then that's also has been kind of one of my pitfalls. But I've been talking to a lot of my patients and they tell me the same thing. They stress eat. I have a patient who are dealing with a weight problems, and a lot of them, they tell me it's the stress eating that's actually kind of getting to that point. So I want to be able to ask you, when we feel stressed, what do we eat?
Yeah, so that's a great question, Dr. Lee, and that's a question we get all the time as doctors. And one of the best foods you can actually eat for stress is actually, it's a drink, and it's something that we've all drank before. It's tea, but it's not just any tea. So this specific tea is called white tea. And why white tea is so important, and it's actually my #1 food for stress, is it contains a compound called GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid. So what GABA does, it helps calm down your nervous system, right? So when we're stressed, our nervous system is on high alert. So our heart rate's up, our blood pressure is up, and that in case makes more inflammation in the body, so it makes things worse for our health outcomes. What GABA does is actually calms our nervous system down, brings down our heart rate, brings down our blood pressure, and it brings down that inflammation. So that's where our body heals the best, in that parasympathetic or calm nervous system state. So I recommend for patients to drink 1 to 2 cups of white tea per day, because that will really help calm your body down naturally.
Is there such thing as drinking too much white tea?
In the form of white tea is very safe and natural, because compared to, let's say, taking a drug that has GABA, it's much lower compared to what the dosage is. So for white tea, you could probably drink 10 to 12 cups a day, and you won't even get near to the effect of taking a drug that has GABA. So it's very safe and very effective. So yeah.
Is there something we have to worry about caffeines in the teas?
So in white tea, there is actually very low caffeine count,
good.
so it's very minimal. So again, caffeine is the opposite effect of GABA. So caffeine will raise you up because you want to get that energy out to do work. But actually in white tea, there is little to none. So the brewing or boiling point for your tea matters. So if you put boiling water into the white tea, it actually will destroy those healthy compounds called GABA. So what you want to do for white tea is to boil it at around 175 degrees Fahrenheit. So how you get there is that have boiling water, leave it sitting for about 5 minutes, and then pour it into your tea. And then you'll get the most GABA out of the white tea, and you'll get the most benefits.
175.
175.
So what happens if I boil 173?
Still, as long as you're around there, you're good. Just don't go too high or too low. Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And how long do we boil the tea for to be able to get the effect out of it?
So yeah, I would recommend again 5 to 10 minutes of steeping.
Okay.
Just close it up and then let it brew.
Oh, thank you very much, Doc.
Yeah. All right.
All right.